we're not getting officially started. Anyone guess how old that video of the donkey was? I think that was that very first Palm Sunday of lockdown. I really do. I'm pretty sure, Connie, you were preaching. And I think wait. No, that had to be the second year because Cohen did that animation because I don't know how to make a donkey's feet do that. Cohen did that animation. So maybe it was that second year. But boy, what a nice way, right, to bring back an oldie. To experience firsthand some of the journey that we've all been on. Beloved community of faith, be it morning light, midday sun, or evening hush, where two hearts rise, it is a sacred joy to worship with you. This is the day the Lord has made. Oh, we can do better than that. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you. That's how that psalm begins. A song of celebration, of hope, of longing for deliverance. But not just any deliverance. This is a prayer sung under pressure. Sung in exile, sung with a yearning of the heart. And yet, somehow, the people find a way to rejoice, to wave their palm branches, and to sing anyway. We fast forward to another moment of holy tension. Jesus riding into Jerusalem, not on a war horse of the empire rulers, but on a donkey, a humble creature, a companion of the people. This too was a parade, but a very different kind. A procession not of power, but of peace. Not of dominance, but of dignity. The people shout out, "Blessed is the one who comes in the name of God." A psalm is sung, but this time not just in the temple. It's out into the streets. It's a protest song now, hidden in plain sight. A song of the oppressed, a cry for liberation disguised as praise. The Pharisees try to hush the crowd, but Jesus responds, "If these were silent, even the stones would cry out." Because when people are inspired, when they are in awe of moral courage, of justice rolling down, of love overflowing, there is no silencing itself. The world itself testifies. And this is the heart of what I feel called to share with you today. Awe is not just something we feel when we look at a sunset. It was spectacular this morning. Awe is something we feel when we witness courage, when we feel compassion, when we see someone stand up for what is right, even when it costs them something. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who celebrated his 80th birthday, his 80th heavenly birthday, this past Wednesday, said it best. The world is overcome not through destruction, but through reconciliation. Nor is it some universal idea of love, but rather the love of God in Jesus Christ, a love genuinely lived that does this. Genuinely lived that does this. Psychologist Adam Huffman calls this experience moral beauty. And his research shows that witnessing moral beauty makes us generous, more helpful. Moral beauty makes us give of ourselves. Awe shrinks the ego and expands the soul. It shifts our focus from me to we. Think of moments that have taken your breath away, not because they were grand, but because they were good. Think of people who have moved towards danger to help others. Think of those who have overcome hardship and still reach out in kindness. These moments remind us that we are a part of something bigger than us. They inspire us to follow their lead and to give of ourselves. And friends, Jesus' entrance into Jerusalem is one of those awe-filled moments. It was dangerous. It was bold. It was a statement that love, humble, nonviolent, unshakable love, can and will challenge the forces of oppression. That kind of love is always awe-inspiring. St. Francis of Assisi once prayed, "O divine Master, grant that I may not seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love." That prayer is not just a poem. It is a way of life. It is a posture of the small self, the self that knows its strength is not the loudest and the greatest, but in being a part of greater purpose. The small self that gives instead of grabs. The small self that serves instead of strong arms. The small self that loves instead of loathes. This is not passive. Self-giving is not weak. It is the strongest, bravest thing we can do. It is the path that Jesus walked. And it's the path that we are invited to walk too. Jason Silva calls it helper's high. Science has shown us that when we help others, when we volunteer, when we serve, when we act with compassion, our brains reward us. We get a hit of joy and meaning. We're wired to care. The engineer of engineers knew that evolution wasn't about competition alone. It's about connection. Deep, meaningful connection. Deep, meaningful connection where I can't do it alone, you can't do it alone, but together with God's help, we can do all things. This is why Jesus didn't come riding on a stallion, but on a donkey. Why he didn't rebuke the people's joy, but lifted it up. Why he didn't silence the stones, but let them sing. He came not to dominate, but to demonstrate where love leads, that all belong, that all are included, that all are affirmed, that where love leads, where sacrifice is not loss, but transformation. Shameless plug. Maundy, Thursday, and Good Friday matter. Without them, I know they're horrible. I shudder at them. I'm getting goosebumps because of them. They matter because without them, you don't have the whole story. And this is our hope. That even when the world feels heavy, when despair bombards us, and every time we turn on any kind of media, when we wonder if our small acts matter, this story, this week, reminds us that all of our acts matter. Because awe is contagious. Every act of self-giving sends out ripples. Every time you lift someone up, whether it's on the playground or in the boardroom, whether it's the doctor's office or the grocery store, whether it's at your son's house or at the assisted living facility, every act matters. Every time you lift someone up, you're echoing the parade of palms, echoing the procession of peace, echoing the promenade of the priest of priests. Friends, as we celebrate this ancient celebration, this ancient parade, let us join in. Join with palm branches, but also with hearts that are ready to serve, with voices that won't be silenced, with hands and feet that are courageous and strong because we are a kingdom, a community together. And when the powers to be try to silence us, let us be the very stones that Jesus said would cry out. Amen.